There's still advertising space left in the one and only Chicago Consumer FBC Smart Yellow Pages, but hurry because time's running out. Call now at 312-240-8000. Thanksgiving is family time.
So you all get together and pig out. Yeah, but what do you do after the big meal?
Maybe a little football, shopping, but then Friday night, give them a dazzling Disney event they'll never forget, The Lion King.
Don and Roma with a reminder, one special Friday night performance of Disney's The Lion King to benefit the Volunteers of America of Illinois.
What stunning costumes, what exhilarating music, what fun for your whole family. Give your loved ones a treat they'll still be talking about next Turkey Day. They'll be thrilled and you'll be helping children in need.
You can still get the best seats in the house if you call right now, 312-707-9772. 312-707-9772.
It's the circle of life. Grab hands. Join in.
WLS Family Night at The Lion King. One special night of Disney's The Lion King. A benefit for Volunteers of America of Illinois. Presented by Comcast Cable and News Talk 890. WLS.
Italian Premier records love songs.
Bush responds with Economic Christmas Carols.
Get the inside story with Don and Roma. Weekdays 5 to 9 a.m. on News Talk 890 WLS.
Roe and Garry are heard weekdays on WLS between 2 and 6 in the afternoon. Ron Majors, ABC Kingpin, joins Roe and Garry every day in the 3 o'clock hour. Let's continue on with this conversation from this past week about dental horror stories in the Roe and Garry Weekend Getaway Health Hour. Next hour, an in-depth look at male breast cancer. Today we're looking, in this hour, we're also looking at dental hygiene and dental horror stories. Carl, you're on WLS. Hi.
Hi, fellas. A funny story. I used to go to a dentist. He's retired now, thank God. But I remember one day he's working on me, and he's putting his gloves on. That's when HIV first came, to become a scary thing. And he drops his gloves on the floor, and he just reaches down and picks them up and puts them back on and starts working. And then he used to have a habit of smoking all the time. And, I'm a smoker, so I guess it didn't bother me that much. But, he'd be working right along and be blowing smoke in your face.
That's great.
Yeah, I mean, it's really strange.
Doctors that smoke, that seems very odd to me.
I know, but he was a good dentist, and my mother used to go to him all the time.
He wouldn't like ash in your mouth, would he?
No, but he'd flick his ash. He'd have to stop working, and he'd have the ash, and he'd have to have his ashtray, and he'd flick his ash in his ashtray and then keep going.
Oh, God.
Hey, Ro, I love you when you do Ron Santo.
Well, thank you very much.
Well, that came to an abrupt end, didn't it, this year? You had to bring it up. I was just calming down from the big headache of several weeks ago. And it's weird how that whole thing envelops you when you least expect it. Like you put it away. And I'm not a major Cubs fan. I mean, I like going to the games and everything. But that thing was such a bizarre headache.
Oh.
And every now and then you think about it, it's like, God, was that a bad taste.
The Cubs losing, you mean?
Yes, the way they lost.
Thank you, sir.
Take care.
All right. Dr. Allen, you're on WLS. Hi.
Hey, Ro and Garry. I have a very attractive hygienist, and when you guys brought up the subject about the well-endowed hygienist rubbing their breasts up against the patient, well, I found out just today, as a matter of fact, that when my hygienist is cleaning teeth, she takes her other fingers and just very gently strokes the underside of their chin or their jaw.
Doctor, I need your phone number.
For what purpose?
Just to take their mind off having their teeth cleaned.
And who told you this?
She did.
I like when a hygienist sticks her tongue in my ear. That's my favorite thing that they can do.
And I'm sure a lot of the guys have been complaining about this, right, Doctor?
That's right. They called the police on her.
You have guys probably getting their teeth cleaned about every 3 weeks.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't care how painful it is. They're spitting blood in that thing. I don't care.
I want my teeth whiter than white.
Hey, Doctor, let me ask you a question, and I want you to be totally honest here. Because
Okay.
no one knows exactly who you are. Turn your radio down a little bit for me, though, first, because it's disconcerting. When you hire hygienists, I know that hygienists don't necessarily stay at dentist's office forever. It's kind of one of those jobs that people kind of come and go.
Right.
Be totally honest. When you're hiring a hygienist, you want a hot hygienist, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the guys who hire the beer cart girls at golf courses. You very rarely ever see an ugly beer cart girl.
Exactly.
Right? And so hygienists, I think it's the same sort of deal. Guys are always vying for the...
But what if you have a choice between an attractive hygienist and a not-so-attractive, the not-so-attractive hygienist probably does better work, say?
Well, if you know that they're doing better work, I think you still hire the hot hygienist.
Is that right? Is that what you do, Doctor?
Well,
be honest.
That's a tough one. Only if they don't hurt the patient.
Right, because you can get I remember years ago, went to this dentist who had a hygienist who, and I hadn't gone it was right after college, and I hadn't had a dental appointment in like 2 years, which is a long time to wait in between dental appointments, and this hygienist had to actually do me, and she did quarters of me in terms of that scaling thing. I did like 3 appointments to come back, and after the first appointment I couldn't go back to her because it was like, she literally, it was like her first day on the job, and it was, I confessed to war crimes halfway through the cleaning.
Well, you were Mr. Gingivitis at the time, too.
Right, it wasn't good.
It wasn't all her fault.
I mean, there were problems there, but it was impossible to deal with, and so you got to have really good ones.
Are there any new inroads into oral cancer, Doctor? Oh, we're out of time. Thank you for calling. 1:31 on News Talk 890 WLS. Rowan Gary's Weekend Getaway coming up. A tribute to Rod Roddy right here on News Talk 890.
For the story behind the story, listen for Newsmaker interviews.
On our Newsmaker hotline is Tom Leah, who is the executive director of the Northern Illinois Fire Sprinkler Advisory Board.
We talked with Alderman Stone about PVC products.
Which is a pipe that gives off deadly chlorine gas.
I explained to him that they use CPVC pipe. It's been in use for probably 20 years now. And we provided him with that information in 1999 also.
For the inside story, Chicago turns to News Talk 890 WLS.
WLS News Time 1:31. I'm Rachel Fuchel. Some tense moments for the president today as someone slammed their car into the arena where he was speaking in Mississippi. The incident was quickly resolved and the president was unharmed. Mike Ditka is undergoing surgery today. The legendary Bears coach fell in his home last night, had to have hip surgery. He's already had 3 hip replacements. Lake County authorities are considering a ban on the sale and ownership of some exotic pets. The Daily Herald reports the county could confiscate banned reptiles from their owners' homes. WLS Time Saver traffic. Outbound Kennedy is slow from the Circle to North and Milwaukee to Harlem. 32 out to O'Hare. Inbound is tight around Cumberland. It's 23 into downtown. Outbound Ike is 33 to Thorndale. Inbound is 35 with delays from Manheim to Des Plaines. Southbound I-55 backs up from Route 6 to Arsenal Road. Inbound Stevenson on the brakes from Route 83 to the Tri-State with police activity there on the side. Inbound Ryan, slow Cermak to the Circle, 25 in from 95th. Outbound slight delays 63rd to 71st, 18 out to 95th. The WLS Chicagoland 3-day forecast. Mostly cloudy today, high 52. Tonight, rain likely, low 45. Tomorrow, a chance of more showers, high 68. Monday, mostly cloudy with rain possible and a high of 65. It's 48 at O'Hare, 50 at the lakefront. Recapping today, mostly cloudy with a high of 52. This report is sponsored by Subway. Right now at Subway, you can get 2 foot-long subs for just $7.99. That's 2 feet of tasty meats and toppings for just $7.99. Subway, eat fresh. I'm Rachel Fuchel, News Talk 890 WLS.
Your business has its own unique sounds, and it moves at an ever-changing beat. But there's one sound that can make it all more manageable.
U.S. Cellular for Business. How can I help you?
U.S. Cellular is all about your business. They've been working with companies big and small all across the country for over 20 years. Their dedicated business consultants take the time to understand your needs so they can offer you customized wireless solutions. It's just what you'd expect from a company with one of the highest customer retention rates in the wireless industry. So call U.S. Cellular, and as you go about your business, every day will sound a little more manageable. To find out what U.S. Cellular can do for your business, call 1-866-USC-4BIZ. U.S. Cellular. We connect with you.
Insurance isn't as confusing as you think it is.
I want to make sure my customers understand exactly what they're buying.
We don't tell people what they want to hear. We tell them the truth.
Your country insurance and financial services agent is there to give you straightforward answers to confusing questions. How can you be sure? These are our people.
I explain everything in layman's terms because that's the way I understand things.
My clients need to understand how the policy works.
We just need to take a little bit of time and explain it to you.
Country Insurance and Financial Services. Real people, real answers, real quick.
See the Country Insurance and Financial Services agent near you, or visit www.countryfinancial.com.
ABC puts on Sunday's best with brand new episodes of TV's most powerful dramas. First at 8/7 Central, when a rookie cop is falsely accused.
You brutalized the suspect without provocation.
He was trying to kill me.
His partner will risk his own job to defend him.
My trainee held his ground and he did his job.
Get out of my face, deputy.
Get out of here.
At 8, officers on duty. Then, an enemy from the past.
You shot her 3 times.
She's alive.
Will bring ex-lovers
I am walking around with a secret in my head.
closer than they ever imagined.
I've been lying to my wife, 3 weeks.
Let's go.
Alias. And a black lawyer must defend a white supremacist.
I know who and what you are.
The only thing that could free this murder suspect is a secret he wants buried forever.
You'd rather go to prison for the rest of your life and let it be known
You will not speak of this information.
The Practice. ABC puts on Sunday's best.
Be there Sunday at 7 on ABC 7 Chicago.
We've plugged up Andrew Dimitriou's ears and given him a cowbell to see if he can read lips.
Andrew, the Xerox Copy Center makes a blistering 35 copies a minute. It has 2 550-sheet paper trays. It can zoom from 25% to 400%. And get this, you can lease it for a surprisingly low $134 a month. And it has a Xerox Total Satisfaction Guarantee. Call 1-800-ASK-XEROX for business lease details and hear all about it. Additional per copy charge.
Don't break the cowbell, Andrew.
Hey, how are those juggling classes going?
Oh, great. I'm ready for the big time. Pass me those chainsaws, would you?
What?
No, I'm okay. Now, that's a bad decision. Fortunately, buying a GM-certified used vehicle that's fully reconditioned with a comprehensive limited warranty is always a good decision. GM-certified used vehicles. The right way, the right car. Qualified buyers get 3.9% APR financing on select GM-certified used vehicles from participating Chevrolet, Pontiac, Oldsmobile, Buick, and GMC dealers. Visit GMCertified.com for details.
The weekend's always better.
To know the story before anyone else. Don't miss a single episode of Matt Drudge. Sunday night at 9 on WLS.
Sean Hannity's Encore tonight at 6, just after Bob Brinker's Money Talk. Jenny's and Jeffers, the new weekend edition here to WLS News Talk 890, heard Sunday afternoon from noon till 3. Bob Brinker again on Sundays at 3. The Rowan Garry Weekend Getaway. Rod Roddy passed away this past week, and, well, as soon as Jim mentioned in the news, the phone lines lit up saying, Jim made a mistake. They said Rod died of breast cancer, male breast cancer. Well, believe it or not, Jim did not make a Jimism or a mistake there. It was true.
A bunch of people have called and have wondered if Jim had a Jimism there when he reported that Rod Roddy, the booth announcer for The Price is Right, perished of colon and breast cancer. How could a guy die of breast cancer? Well, Jim did not make a mistake. In fact, he did die of breast cancer, and more men are getting breast cancer. Unusual, but not unheard of. Correct. Well, yes.
So it was colon cancer and breast cancer.
Right.
And I heard
higher incidence among women. I mean, it's, I guess, not unusual.
He was in his 60s, and I heard that he had never gotten checked for colon cancer, and that's why he died of colon cancer, because after 50, you should get that checkup. As Katie Couric has encouraged us to do, as much as you don't want to look back in the morning at the bowl, there's your first step.
As a matter of fact, Katie Couric made sort of an impassioned speech about Rod Roddy today, that he had been very, very instrumental in her organization. Once diagnosed with colon cancer, became a big spokesperson for that. I had no idea who Rod Roddy was. I've seen The Price is Right a number of times. I used to watch it when I was a kid, but if someone said, hey, Rod Roddy is dead, would you have any idea who he was?
I remember Johnny Olson from Let's Make a Deal.
And Johnny Olson was, I think, also on The Price is Right.
But yeah, the name didn't really strike a note.
Voice sounded familiar.
Oh, of course it did.
Why are we doing
Imagine when the doctor told him that it was terminal.
Well, he'd been
Are you telling me I've got 3 weeks to live?
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about this for a second. that there apparently do you have the statistics there? Did they just hand this to you?
I don't have it, but Bill Curtis has it.
All right.
That's right, Roe and Gary. Do men get breast cancer? Well, yes, they do. In 1999, it's estimated that 1,300 men will be diagnosed. Well, this is kind of old, but let's say they were diagnosed in 1999 with breast cancer, and 400 died from it. In addition, 175,000 women will be diagnosed, and 43,300 will die. All right, let's go to what are the signs and symptoms of breast cancer in men?
Give me that number for men again.
1,300. That was in 1999. The last available number we have. What are the signs and symptoms of breast cancer in men? Well, number one, nipple discharge, usually bloody. Ow. Nipple inversion.
Ow.
Breast lump. Occasionally local pain, itching, and a pulling sensation.
Oh, great. Now we're all going to have that. I feel a pulling. Do you have to... All right, let me ask you this. It's right over your pec.
What are the risk factors in men?
Yeah.
Growing older. Family history of breast cancer. Klinefelter's syndrome.
Klinefelter's
syndrome. Testicular dysfunction.
Oh, my God. I've had that for years.
That's what you claim.
Yeah.
I'm sick of that whining.
Is the survival rate...
Actually, letting them guide me. I think that's been the dysfunction, but that's okay. Go ahead. What?
Is the survival rate better for men than for women? No. Survival of men and women is comparable by stage of disease at the time of diagnosis. However, men are usually diagnosed at a later stage after the cancer has spread because they are less likely to report any symptoms.
Well, who the hell thinks they're going to get breast cancer if they're a guy?
Is the treatment of breast cancer different for men? No. Treatment of breast cancer in men is the same as treatment for women patients and usually includes a combination of surgery, radiation, chemotherapy, and or hormone therapy. What should I do?
What's homotherapy? How you make a hormone, right?
What should I do if I have a problem? Report any changes in your chest-breast area to your medical professional.
Oh, I'd be on the phone all day with them then. Do I have to do that thing where I've soaked myself up in the shower and feel around? I'm now very worried about this. I cannot hear about a disease and not get it.
I know. Well, now we won't calm down.
How do they test men for
Gary's
breast
now
cancer?
feeling his own breast.
Me too.
He's doing this.
Now we won't count. We went through this with Katie Couric's colon thing. We all went in.
Is my nipple inverted?
Do you have to have... Gary is always doing it. Gary's always doing that Austin Powers thing where he's kind of reaching back and touching his own nipples. It's
now I have to. Okay.
Well, do you have to have a little bit of... Do you have to have man boobs to have breast cancer, or can you be flat-chested and have breast cancer as a man?
We're going to have to get a real doctor on to answer that stuff. Oh, John. John, you're on WLSI.
How you doing, guys?
Good.
Hey, I had it, and I'm still around to tell about it.
You had breast cancer?
Yeah, 1982.
And what were the symptoms?
A lump in my left breast, but the fun part is finding it. I was out with some friends on a real cold night in January of 82, had a few too many Bloody Marys, went to the bathroom to relieve myself, and went underneath my left arm to pull my shirt out because I was sweating a little bit, pulled my hand out of from my shirt, and there was a lump there. I didn't think much of it. I was kind of hammered, so I didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
Woke up the next morning, had my wife give me a breast exam. She said, there's a lump there. What do you want to do? I said, I'm going to the doctor. Let's go. So on the following Friday, I had a lumpectomy, and it turned out to be malignant. And on Saturday, I had a radical mastectomy, which they found out later on that the tumor, all the cancer was completely encapsulated in the tumor.
Oh, God. I think I'm going to throw up.
So,
I did.
You had a mastectomy, or how's that pronounced? Mastectomy, right?
Yes.
And how did they do that on a man?
Well, I have a scar running from my chest bone all the way into my armpit, and my left nipple is gone.
No, it's like a Bond villain. Well, did you have man boobs?
No, at the time, no. This was in 82. I was a young pert thing back then.
I don't mean to be personal or insensitive about this, but I need to know.
No, I didn't, no. I was probably about 185 to 190 pounds at the time.
Man, that is something.
And that was it. After they did the surgery, you were healed.
Yes, they took the nodes out from in my underarm. I didn't have to have any chemotherapy because I caught it real fast. And that's the key to it, is catching it right away. So it can happen in men, and it does. In fact, about a month ago, I was watching Letterman one night, and I was just running my hand around my my right boob.
Who doesn't?
Well, don't we all? And I felt a lump in my right breast. So I went right away to the doctor and had a mammogram and an ultrasound. And I went to 2 doctors, and they said they couldn't find anything.
How do they do a mammogram on a guy? Don't you have to stick your boob in a clamp?
You go in this little room with all the cutesy little wallpapers and everything, like a little woman's room. And what's really embarrassing is when the nurse that's giving you the mammogram tells you that you have a bigger boob than some of the women she's given mammograms to. That's embarrassing.
And they didn't find anything?
Nothing, no, they didn't.
No,
it was just my craziness that found it, that's all.
That would be me. Thank you, John.
Okay.
Ro, you've had yours in ringers many times. Nothing there?
Dr. Tom, you're on WLS.
Hi there.
Hi.
Well, it's number one. It's nothing that men should be worried about. It's rare in men. It does occur.
Well, it does sound. Are you an oncologist?
No, radiologist.
Close enough. There is something that is also unique about this case with Rod Roddy. He had both colon and breast cancer. I mean, one could assume that the colon cancer metastasized to the breast?
That is possible. There is a correlation, however, with people who have breast cancer have an increased incidence of colon cancer also.
So it's the same type of cancer?
For some reason they're related. It's not exactly the same kind, but just as breast and ovarian is related, breast and colon is related also. So it is possible that his colon cancer metastasized to the breast. That is possible, but it's also possible to have 2 primaries, a breast and a colon.
Short of a mammogram, how would a guy get tested for this?
Well, that's actually what you do. I mean, usually what happens is a gentleman feels something on his breast, a lump, a little area thickening, and we actually do a mammogram on them. It is possible to do mammograms on men. And then you look at the mammogram and decide, well, it's nothing, because sometimes it's just a little bit of tissue that's hypertrophied, or it looks like cancer, just like the cancer in women. And if it is, then it's treated just like a woman's breast cancer. So it's usually found a little bit earlier because obviously most men's breasts are much smaller.
Not mine. I need a man's ear.
A bro?
A bro, yes.
But yeah, in the things that we have to worry about colon cancer and prostate cancer. Breast cancer is not one of the big things that kill men.
I'm going to worry about it now anyway, doctor.
It's amazing how much of this stuff is curable if you catch it in time, whereas 20, 30 years ago even they couldn't do anything. But now, with modern medicine, if you get those checkups, especially after 50, you can catch a lot of this stuff, right?
Yeah, tell it to Rod Roddy.
Well, he admits he never got checked. That's the problem.
Right, that's it. That's absolutely true. And you're absolutely right. Men over 50 should have their colons checked out in some manner and their prostates checked out, and women should, worry about breast cancer and have their annual mammograms.
All right, doctor. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, doctor.
Bye-bye.
When's your next full checkup? Actually, it was one of the funniest shows we ever did was when Garry came in following his colonoscopy, still stoned on Versed,
right?
And it was totally unintelligible.
Right. We don't need any more staff members coming in on the pills, all right? We can only have one at a time.
Terry, you're on WLS. Hi, Terry.
Hello.
Hi.
I was calling in regards to your subject. I am a 5-year breast cancer survivor. I was 34 when I was diagnosed.
Wow.
And my mother was 41 when she passed away.
Don't bring us down here, please.
Pardon me?
Don't bring us down.
Oh, no, it's not, because medicine has come so far since then. But in regards to your subject, and the fact that you were commenting about how much breast tissue you have, your breast tissue actually goes underneath your skin, so it doesn't matter the size of your breast. Anyone is susceptible.
Oh, my God. Don't tell me this now.
As Rose said, it's how you use them. That's how he follows that up.
Brett, you're on WLS. Hi, Brett.
Hey, guys.
Hi.
I kind of feel sorry for Rose's wife. You can imagine what this conversation will be like tonight.
Oh, my God. Feel me.
Put this on the list.
Yeah.
After this hits the papers tomorrow, a lot of guys are going to be calling their doctor going, I need a checkup for my breasts now, because a lot of guys...
Well, any good obsessive-compulsive will be calling his doctor tomorrow.
And like Katie Couric stirred up the colonoscopy thing, this is going to stir the breast cancer in men thing.
I picture Rose surrounded by medical journals tonight.
And medical personnel. I don't even, at this point, I have a whole staff of people that are going to come in and lube me up and feel me.
Well, all right. On that note, you guys have a great show.
Thank you, Brad.
Thank you.
We're being told that Richard Roundtree had it. Had breast cancer. Did he die? Is Richard Roundtree dead?
I don't think so. Is he?
Andy, very quickly.
Yes, how you doing?
Good. I get him mixed up with Jim Brown.
Hello?
Jim Brown is still alive. Is Richard Roundtree dead?
No, he's not dead.
He just had breast cancer.
Yes, that's when I first became aware of it. I remember, seeing him on TV one night talking about it, and he made the same points. How when the doctor told him, he was totally shocked. He didn't think man could catch things like that. And he's since become a spokesman. For,
oh, that's embarrassing. Shaft out there talking about breast cancer.
Yeah, you believe that?
That's embarrassing. All right, we got to stop talking about it because I'm getting it right now as we're thinking about it.
Shaft 94.2 on WLS. Roe and Gary's Weekend Getaway. That wraps up our help segment of the program. Coming up momentarily, I'll give you more information on how you can pick up that 3-night all-inclusive Apple vacation. It's 94.2 on News Talk 890 WLS.
The Home Depot is more than a store. It's the beautiful countertops you've wanted for years with installation you can trust. Now's the time to make it all come together because the Home Depot and Expo Design Center have some solid offers on durable Silestone countertops. And the Home Depot at-home services makes worry-free installation a cinch. Silestone gives you a wide variety of colors and styles to choose from. Plus, it resists scratching, scorching, and staining. You can have that impressive natural quartz countertop installed by professional contractors who'll do the job the way you would if you could. And now, when you purchase any Silestone countertop and have it installed through at-home services, you'll receive a free stainless steel undermount sink, a $500 value. Why wait any longer for beautiful countertops? Get them now at the Home Depot. You can do it, we can help. Offer valid in U.S. only through November 5th at Home Depot and Expo Design Center. Minimum purchase required. See associate for details.
My name is Jason Conviser, and I'm the Vice President of Clinical Services for Bally Total Fitness. As you might imagine, at Bally Total Fitness, we take cardiovascular health quite seriously. That's why Bally has aligned with Heart Check America and the University of Illinois, the leaders in providing non-invasive cardiac screenings. The Heart Check test is totally painless. It only takes a few minutes to perform, and it's able to detect coronary disease years before any other non-invasive procedure. If that isn't sufficiently motivating for you, now when you have your heart checked, you'll also receive a free 30-day trial membership and a free session with a personal trainer at Bally Total Fitness, the best-known brand in fitness. So why don't you do as I have already done? Call Heart Check America today at 1-800-NEW-TEST to schedule your appointment. That's 1-800-NEW-TEST. It just might be the most important call you ever make.
That's 1-800-NEW-TEST. It just might be the most important call you ever
Bill
make.
Crowley is sitting aboard ATA Flight 584 doing the crossword puzzle in his newspaper. Number 26 across is an 8-letter word for a Swedish turnip.
A Swedish turnip?
This officially is the hardest thing Bill will experience flying on ATA. Everything else has been pretty much of a breeze. Take check-in. ATA offers 2 ways to avoid long lines, with self-service kiosks or web check-in from your own computer. Then there's boarding. No first-come, first-served cattle calls here. ATA offers advanced seat assignments on every flight. There's also the expanded schedule, on-time performance, and maybe the easiest thing about flying ATA, the always available everyday low fares. So try ATA, and like Bill, discover how nice flying can be when your biggest problem is nothing more than a rutabaga. Nicely done, Bill. Call 1-800-I-FLY-ATA. Or for our lowest fares, visit ATA.com. ATA, an honestly different airline.
Anyone who gets heartburn knows how irritating it can be, which is
why you want to feel relief fast. I mean, the instant Maximum Strength Mylanta liquid hits your throat, you can feel it rushing right to where you need it.
Oh, the cool liquid hits the back of your throat, and you know you're feeling something
velvety smooth, soothing that burning inside you. Mylanta's wonderful, wet, drenching sensation
restores and refreshes in a most glorious fashion.
Try Maximum Strength Mylanta.
Soothing at the
speed of life.
So our office manager was out sick, and we tried to cut costs.
Oh, what'd you do?
Our VP's father volunteered to help.
Listen up! Get those files filed and in bins emptied!
He was abrasive.
So you called office team.
They guaranteed a perfect fit.
My grandma writes better reports than that!
And?
They sent Julie. Julie was an expert at Word and Excel.
Office team came through, huh?
Just in time.
Office Team is the world's leader in specialized administrative staffing. Call or visit OfficeTeam.com today.
I can't hear you!
Call to visit officeteams.com today, sir.
Mr. Boyd, you wanted to see me.
Ellen, it's time to tighten the company belt.
Right, sir.
So, I want you to start shopping at...
DellRadio.com, Dell's small business website.
Right, DellRadio.com, where we can...
Get great deals on all kinds of Dell PCs, powered by highly reliable Intel processors.
And DellRadio.com's also got...
Great deals on everything from notebooks and servers to printers and PDAs.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay, I'm...
Glad we had this meeting. Oh, me too, sir.
Right now at DellRadio.com, order select systems and get up to $200 off and free shipping. That means you can get a Dell Dimension desktop with an Intel Pentium 4 processor at 2.2 gigahertz for just $399 after a $50 instant discount. Monitor not included. Taxes extra. DellRadio.com. For small businesses, it's just one more thing that's easy as Dell.
Pay on the tollway?
Get a free car ornament, also known as a boot.
Jay and Eileen with the Inside Story. Weekdays 9 to 11 a.m. on News Talk 890 WLS.
Every Saturday through November on the Weekend Getaway, I have a trip courtesy of Apple Vacations to a Ryu resort. This week's trip is to the Ryu Cancun. You can win a 3-night all-inclusive Apple vacation in the next hour here on News Talk 890, all courtesy of Apple Vacations, America's favorite vacation company, and Ryu Hotels and Resorts. Keep listening for your chance to win. That's coming up. Funny names, favorite smells in the Chicagoland area, and a special tribute to Buckets the Clown. We had another loss in the Chicagoland area, another obituary to report. That happened in the middle of the week, and we'll get to it next hour.
Why not turn 3 or 4 little credits into a whole bachelor's degree? Now you can put your college credits or your associate degree toward a bachelor's degree at DeVry University. Just call 1-800-91-DeVry and we'll show you how to make the most of the credits you already have. Even if your credits are from non-technical classes, you can put them to work in our Technical Management Bachelor's Degree program, a program that combines business and technology and prepares you for careers ranging from accounting to e-commerce. You'll earn your degree the DeVry way in just 3 years with flexible programs offered days, nights, or weekends, on-site or online. And if you transfer your credits now, you could earn that degree even faster. Maybe you took some classes but stopped short of your degree. Maybe you just took a course or two. Either way, call 1-800-91-DeVry. That's 1-800-91-DEVRY for free information on how to apply your credits toward a DeVry bachelor's degree. DeVry University, your best career move.
When they showed up at my apartment, I immediately called my brother.
John Lynch is there?
Yep.
Of the Tampa Bay Bucks?
Yeah, and his mother. They brought me some dinner. New Campbell's Chunky Grilled Chicken and Sausage Gumbo. Big savory chunks of meat, veggies, rice.
Put him on.
Hi, this is John. Say hi, Mom.
Hi. John, come to my place. I've been eating fast food and frozen dinners. You gotta come.
Have chunky soup at dinner. Make it Campbell's instead.
Whoa, look out, coming through. Oh, I'm really glad we came. I wonder if Deb is here. Hey, Kelly, John, it's so good to see you. I was hoping you'd come.
Hey, folks, have you called your doctor yet about the purple pill called Nexium? Well, perhaps you should wait till you get home. Find out if Nexium esomeprazole magnesium is right for you and call 1-877-4-NEXIUM or visit us at purplepill.com.
From International Pictures comes the story of a man who picked up every penny but never picked up a check. He liked the best things in life because they were free. Don't miss The Tightwad, tuned to a theater near you. Rated C for cheap.
If this is your kind of movie, you're our kind of customer. Because Hotwire offers weekender travel packages at incredibly low prices. Hotwire.com. Fly, sleep, drive, cheap.
One of the most dramatic pictures I've seen is one of those TV trucks, you know, with the satellite stuff on the top, fully engulfed in flames while the reporter and the camera crew and the producer running away from the truck.
Chuck Henry for KNBC, he did a cup of coffee here at Channel 515 or so years ago.
Oh, longer
maybe
than
more,
that.
20.
He had the thick hairspray going. I'm sure that was threatened, too.
Hot Topics. Roasted Daily. Rowan Garry, weekdays 2 to 6 p.m. on News Talk 890 WLS. Connected with Chicago, the heart of America. From ABC News, I'm Bob Hart. Shades of Saddam Hussein. A small crowd of his supporters turned out in the northern city of Mosul today to celebrate a U.S. military vehicle damaged in a terror attack as it was being towed away. 2 American soldiers were killed there today in a roadside bombing, but President Bush vows the terror attacks will not drive the U.S. out of Iraq.
Leaving Iraq prematurely would only embolden the terrorists and increase the danger to America.
The U.S. is staying, the United Nations is not.
For the helicopter flying overhead for security, the UN's remaining workers in Baghdad pulled out of their headquarters today. They are on their way to Cyprus for talks about security. The UN says that many of the employees will be back soon, but they want to make sure that when they are here, they are able to do their job safely. John Berman, ABC News, Baghdad.
A distraught woman penetrated a security barrier and crashed her car into a loading dock today at the Civic Center in South Haven, Mississippi. ABC's Jeff Morrell says President Bush was there at the time for a political rally.
Deputy White House Press Secretary Trent Duffy says the president was never in any danger and is continuing with his busy schedule campaigning for Republican gubernatorial candidates in Kentucky and Mississippi.
The wildfires are still burning in Southern California, but ABC's Jim Ryan at San Diego says the recovery has already begun.
On long stretches of highways and back roads, utility trucks like this one have replaced the fire trucks that rushed in to douse the flames. 3,000 telephone technicians have long days and weeks ahead. Nearly 12,000 phones are still out in this area alone. 21,000 homes and businesses are without power, and it could be another week before all the lights are back on. Jim Ryan, ABC News, San Diego.
Smoke from the California fires has been carried by the winds all the way to the Great Lakes. You're listening to ABC News.
It's the phrase save big time. Makes your ears perk up like a Doberman Pinscher. Then I'm here to throw you a bone, Rex. See, at Hotels.com, you'll find great deals on thousands of hotels worldwide. At Hotels.com, you get the absolute best deal. Yes, I did say absolute best deal. No, you don't need to get your ears checked, but they do look kind of silly standing at attention like that. Call 1-800-3-HOTELS or click Hotels.com. Best prices, best places, guaranteed.
Based on price matching guarantee, see website for details.
Being tough is her job, and she does it well. She is the enforcer.
Hanging up, you're grounded. That means no phone.
Come on, it was only weed. I only did it once.
She doesn't love being tough. She's tough because she loves the enforcer.
When I say no weed, I mean no weed.
She's more than a hero. She's
a good mom.
Parents, the anti-drug. For information on how to keep your kids away from marijuana, visit theantidrug.com or call 1-800-788-2800. Sponsored by ONDCP and the Partnership for a Drug-Free America.
Yep.
WLS News Time 2:03. I'm Rachel Fuchel. Former Bears coach Mike Ditka is hospitalized. He's undergoing surgery on his hip after falling last night in his home. Cicero police are investigating an accident last night in which one person was killed and 2 police officers were hurt. Happened at 56th and Cermak around 8 o'clock last night. Police in Bensonville are investigating a robbery at a Charter One bank on York Road. The robber wore a wolf mask during the holdup last night. WLS time saver traffic. Inbound Ike is slow from Manheim to Des Plaines, 35 in from Thorndale. Outbound is 33. Southbound I-55 is heavy from Route 6 to Arsenal Road. Inbound Dan Ryan backs up from the Stevenson to the Circle, 25 from 95th into downtown. Outbound is 15. Inbound Kennedy is tight around Cumberland, 23 in from O'Hare. Outbound 32 with delays from the Circle to North and Milwaukee to Harlem. Watch for road work in both directions of the north-south tollway. That's northbound from 75th to Findlay, southbound from Maple to 75th. In Park Ridge, a water main work on Cumberland until 5 o'clock. Expect lane closures between Higgins and Peterson. The WLS Chicagoland 3-day forecast. Mostly cloudy today, high 52. Tonight, rain likely, low 45. Tomorrow, a chance of more showers, high 68. Monday, mostly cloudy with rain possible, high of 65. It's 48 at O'Hare, 50 at the lakefront. Recapping today, mostly cloudy with a high of 52. This report is sponsored by Menards. Save big money on your heating bills with big savings at Menards. Get hot deals on insulation and lots more energy-saving products. I'm Rachel Fuchel, News Talk 890 WLS.
This holiday season, Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry, is proud to be your official Rolex jeweler. Celebrate
Celebrate the warmth of the season by giving someone you love an elegant Rolex timepiece from Jared. At Jared, you'll see the most popular Rolex styles. Everything from the rugged Submariner to the classic President. Rolex timepieces are crafted in 18-karat gold, stainless steel, or a combination of stainless steel and 18-karat gold. This holiday, give a gift as special as the season. Give someone you love a magnificent Rolex timepiece. It's a gift of lasting quality, beauty, and most of all, style. A classic handcrafted timepiece that will be treasured for years to come. Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry. We're proud to be your official Rolex jeweler. Rolex timepieces available at Jared locations in Orland Park, Aurora, and St. Charles.
Small business owners like things to be simple. You'd never hear a small business owner say, come back when you've made it more complicated. Or, why don't you bury the costs in a bunch of numbers, then I'll try to find it. Or, forget about the bottom line. Give me the long version. So, in the spirit of simplicity, we introduce SBC Long Distance for Business. Just 3.6 cents a minute with a 1-year term. Call anytime, anywhere in the U.S., guaranteed. And you can combine your SBC local and long distance service on one simple bill. Seeing small business differently. Go to SBC.com or call 1-800-660-4038 for 3.6 reasons to switch, 3.6 reasons to simplify, and 3.6 reasons to choose SBC Long Distance. SBC, going beyond the call.
Offer for business customers. This domestic direct dial service is provided by SBC Long Distance. $15 minimum monthly commitment and 1-year term required. Early termination fee applies. Calling card calls, taxes, fees, and any USF extra terms can change.
Have you tried Maxwell House's freshest coffee ever? Today, Maxwell House, and only Maxwell House, comes with the unique Fresh Seal. Fresh Seal locks flavor and aroma in the coffee. To top it off, Maxwell House's easy open can lets you enjoy that fresh taste without a can opener. For freshness you can taste, choose Maxwell House. It's our freshest coffee ever, and a great way to make every day good to the last drop.
Connected with Chicago. News Talk 890 WLS.
The Weekend Getaway, and this is the hour that you can score a trip or two. You can win a 3-night all-inclusive Apple vacation at the brand new Rio Cancun. That's happening sometime this hour before 3 right here on News Talk 890 WLS. I'll tell you what number to call and what number caller you could be or should be to win. Also, your chance to hear some really crazy radio is happening now. Coming up, a look at favorite smells and a tribute to Buckets the Clown. And of course, I've been promoting this throughout the afternoon. One of the latest trends in baby naming is naming a baby after a product. Let's do that now. It's Funny Names on News Talk 890 WLS. It's the Weekend Getaway, Roe and Garry style.
Fun with names again. How many times has this come around? Here it is again.
I know, and Andrew Herman wrote in the Chicago Sun-Times today, there once was a woman named Pepsi. No, really, there was a woman named Pepsi.
This is not a limerick.
Cleveland Evans discovered her in Michigan about 20 years ago.
What's this guy's name?
Cleveland Evans.
Cleveland.
He's a researcher who looks into names. Been getting attention.
See, this plays into my name theory.
Because he got a funny name?
He's got a funny name, and he's doing research on funny names.
He's been looking at the names of the 4 million babies born in the year 2000. He's gotten this information from the Social Security Administration. I would think that would be private information, but apparently it's not. What fascinates Mr. Evans, a psychology professor at Bellevue University in Nebraska, is how many people name their kids after products, especially high-end products. He has found Infinities, Lexuses, Fanta, and Guinness. Now, I don't know if Fanta is exactly a high-end product, is it? It's orange pop, right?
That's what I think of it.
Armani, Rayon.
Rayon?
Girls named Cartier. 15 girls named after different champagnes. 36 Cateras named after the Cadillac. 442 girls named Essence. For boys, there were 7 boys named Courvoisier.
Courvoisier.
You know my son Courvoisier. That is, of course, from the Saturday Night Live bit. 12 boys named Camry. 6 boys named Ronrico, after the rum.
Nice.
You know my son Ronrico. 17 boys named Dodge. And even a kid named ESPN.
What are his initials?
Now, would the kid be named Espen or ESPN?
We hope that somebody names their child WLS, if this is the trend.
29 kids named Sky with 2 Y's, the way the vodka spells it. 23 Sky girls.
But Sky, that's been around for a while. That doesn't seem that odd anymore.
Yeah, but with 2 Y's,
Oh,
spelled
2
after the
Ys.
vodka.
Oh,
As opposed, SKYE is kind of a name I've seen for girls. Wasn't there some actress named Sky?
Yeah.
Something or another? And 1 boy named Lavoris.
Lavoris.
You know my son Lavoris.
And his twin Listerine?
Now, does Lavoris grow up to be a doctor?
Could be, if the name theory holds up.
Dr. Lavoris Smith at your service.
And the Pepsi one, that's good. You know my daughter Ginger Ale? You know her?
Evans, the doctor, said he helped talk a woman out of naming her girl Tyranny.
Nice.
She just liked the way it sounded. How people name their children is a result of, according to the doctor here, a combination of culture, personality, and social